It's time to reconcile your bank account. You might be wondering, what the heck is a reconciliation? Maybe that's why you're looking through watching this video, or someone's told you need to reconcile. Maybe it was me, and you're curious how to do it, so let's jump in. First, hi, I'm Candus Kampfer. I love to help business owners and bookkeepers create simplicity and confidence with QuickBooks, and I do that in these tips and tricks every single week. So, first things first, what is a reconciliation? It's where you take your bank statement, print it out. I highly recommend that, because you're going to compare it to your QuickBooks. Why is that so important? Because when you compare what actually happened in your bank account to QuickBooks, you'll know if you have any mistakes. Now, it's common to think, but I'm already using a bank feed, or I've already done it outside of QuickBooks. I manually have reconciled it. That doesn't matter. You actually need to do it in QuickBooks because it's the only way, it's the number one way, as I say, to show up to your next tax appointment with confidence. So I'm going to give you some tips along the way. You might be wondering, like, where do I start and why do I do it? And all these different questions. So we're going to cover them as we go. One thing I do want to let you know is if you are a desktop user, click on the link up above and make sure you watch that video. This is going to be for you who are online users. So if that's you, you're in the right place. Let's get started. What you're going to want to do is grab your bank statement and get into your QuickBooks, okay? So it's common, this is the home screen, but it's common to think, I'm using a bank feed, I don't really need, everything's fine. But what you're gonna learn, and using bank feed is even more important to be reconciling, because it's common to assume that everything here is correct and start adding it when you don't want to do that. So I'm excited that you are gonna reconcile, because it's the one way to know that you entered everything incorrectly. As always, QuickBooks has multiple ways to get anywhere. So whether you're in the register looking at your account, you can click Reconcile up here at the top, or the simplest, easiest way is to go straight from accounting over here on the left to Reconcile. Pick whatever you want, doesn't matter what you do. All right, so first you're gonna decide which of your accounts you wanna reconcile. You wanna be reconciling both your bank, any bank account, and any credit cards every single month. All right, if you're needing a credit card tutorial training, let me know down below. And once our video is created, I'll click it up above. So if you're looking for the video, let me know that you're interested for credit cards. So for today's video, we're talking bank accounts. So you're gonna grab your bank statement, and then you're gonna come over here and you're gonna make sure you select the correct one. You should already have your bank account added in QuickBooks. If you don't, I also have a video on that. I will link it up above and down below for you. So you're gonna choose your account, then you're gonna come over here and you're gonna have a beginning balance. Now, this is really important. If you've never reconciled your account before, this amount right here can be zero. If it is, do not worry about it, okay? I'm gonna give you these little tips all along the way. So then you're gonna put in your ending balance. This is gonna come from your statement, so you should have beginning balance and ending balance. If you have reconciled before, the beginning balance needs to match what's on your statement. If it doesn't, it's gonna give you an error, and that probably means you've deleted a transaction and you need to add it back, all right? So the ending balance is going to be whatever the statement says is your ending balance. You're going to go ahead and enter that into QuickBooks. Pause this along the way if you want me to walk you through it step by step, or watch it and then rewatch it again. Whatever's easy for you. Now here, you're going to enter in your ending balance. This is going to be your statement ending balance. You're going to see that it's usually the last day that the statement covers, correct? So you're going to put in your ending balance. Now this is a sample file in QuickBooks that I want to teach you on. So I went ahead and backdated it to back in June. This is going to be another question that you're going to ask me. Okay, Candus, so I've never reconciled possibly before, or it's been many years. What do I do? This is a decision that you get to make. Once you reconcile your QuickBooks, you need to keep moving forward. You cannot go back. So you can't, for example, reconcile in June that we're discussing right now, and then try to go back and reconcile January. That's not how the system is built. It goes into the future, right? And so you're always moving forward. So when you decide what date you're going to pick here, what is your first reconciliation? Typically, it's going to be the very first one that you need to do in your QuickBooks, okay? If you have really old stuff and you're needing more help on learning how to clean up your mistakes, I would recommend going to my Cleaning Up QuickBooks workshop. That might be a good place for you to learn some more skills on cleaning it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and click Start Reconciling. We verified our beginning balance. We've entered our ending balance and the date with which it ended. We click Start Reconciling, and it takes you into this little screen, okay? So let's talk about what we're looking at here. It's super important to know. I'm actually gonna click this little button right here. If you didn't know, another little tip, I love to give you guys tips. Click this and it will actually shrink to the left so that your screen is even larger, okay? This is just giving us little messages, so I'm just gonna click the little X because I don't want to see them right now. So what is this screen showing us? At the top, it's showing ending statement date, what was our ending balance, what was our beginning balance, and then you'll see that we have no payments that have cleared so far or deposits, and our difference is $384.24. That's because we haven't decided what transactions or added what transaction have happened so far. Okay, so we're going to scroll down. We're going to look for the transactions, and this is actually super important. You want to look for the transactions that are on your statement, okay? And you're going to match those transactions in QuickBooks. So you look at your statement and you go, okay, on my statement, I see that this $250 check that didn't clear in the previous month cleared now, so I'm going to check it off. So what you're doing is you're comparing, you're check marking what happened in QuickBooks. And then you're going to go to the next one. You're going to go look at your statement. Then you're going to check it off, okay? So go through, check every transaction that matches your statement. You can do this a couple different ways. So right now I'm on all. You can choose to go just under payments, and it's going to just show you any payments that you paid. And you can go under deposits, and it's going to show you just the deposits. So if your statement breaks it out where it shows all deposits on one column and then all checks, you can choose to look at it that way. Or if it does it based off of date, you can choose to click all. It's totally up to you which way you want to do it. You just want to make sure that you're checking them off, okay? You're saying this is what happens. And as we go through and we check all of these, including the deposits, you'll notice that we have a difference over here of 0. Some things to be looking at when we're in this screen. If you pick a date that isn't showing transactions for you, meaning you chose, these are like great tips that you may not know otherwise. So pay attention because you may need them someday. You might be seeing, I don't see a transaction, but I know I entered it in QuickBooks. So sometimes we accidentally enter because there's like the date it cleared the bank versus the date we wrote it, all those different things. And every now and then we might pick a different date than what it shows on the statement. Could be an entry from an error. So when you choose your ending statement date, QuickBooks does this right here. You see this little section? It says statement date. If you don't see a transaction, but you know you entered it and it's not in this list, you can always click clear filters and it will show you all transactions even beyond the date that you have, okay? Now, if you find that there's something beyond the date, that also means there's a mistake. So you could go find it and then you could edit it to go back to the correct date and time frame. All right, as long as it's within the same calendar year and you haven't filed your taxes. Those are some little technicals, but you can go and adjust it. And then you can always reset your date so it only shows you what's in that data. Why does that matter? Because if you're using transactions outside of your current statement date to reconcile where they don't really belong, it's going to mess up your profit or loss. The whole reason we do QuickBooks is so that we can get reports to know exactly what's happening and make tax time easier, right? So make sure that if you accidentally enter your data when you're reconciling, this is what we're doing. So we're not just checking them off the dollar amount, but we're also looking, is the date right? Was the check number right? Did I put it to the right account? Is it to the right payee? Is the dollar amount right? We're looking at every part of that to make sure there's no mistakes. It's an extra way to check yourself, okay? Now, some other quick tips. If your difference is not 0, that's an error. You don't want to keep that, okay? So you want to go in. So let's just say I didn't mark this 250 and I have a difference here. That means there's a mistake. And so often people go ahead and just like push it through and try to change it. And what will happen is you'll get what's called a reconciliation discrepancy, okay? So that is not what we want to do. We want to make sure it balances out to 0 and it's green. Then we know we're good to go. If you find that you have a lot of old transactions from previous years up here at the top as you start reconciling, or maybe you've been reconciling, but you're watching this video anyway, what you want to do is clean those up, okay? There's specific strategies on with which to clean them up, depending on what time of year it is, if you filed your taxes, how old they are. If you need extra help with cleaning those up, I actually have a Cleaning Up QuickBooks workshop. It's a free training that you can watch. You can register for it. I'll put the details above or down below for that. Now, and this is if for you already kind of know how to enter your transactions, but you had old mistakes and you just don't know how to clean up mistakes, okay? You can totally check that training out. Come over here to the top. Let's talk about what we see over here. We have edit information. This is where if you find that you don't balance, but you don't know why, and then you realize that your ending balance was the wrong amount of money, you can click edit and you can actually update this to the correct amount, okay? Or you pick the wrong date. So anytime that you've entered in from that first screen the wrong information, you can click edit, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and check mark this again so that everything looks good. Just kind of helping you if you ever have to go back and fix any of these little things to know all the pieces that you need to know. Then you go here to click finish when you're ready. So when everything balances, it matches exactly. Now, I also get some common questions like, okay, it doesn't balance and I don't know what to do. Let's go over that real fast. You want to start with checking your beginning balance. Does that match what was on your statement? If it does, great. Then you look at your ending, as I mentioned. If the ending balances, then we're good to go too. Then let's say that this $250 was missing. You'll notice how the payment amount is now different. So it will tell you how many, the count is 7, but it'll also tell you the dollar amount. Check that against, debits or credits, money in or money out on your statement, depending. Every bank's a little different. It might say total checks. It might say total withdrawals. It'll depend on your bank. You want to make sure that that matches exactly how much money came out of your bank account. And then over here under deposits, if you're still off, you also want to check that. If you've checked and your beginning balance is correct, matches your statement, your ending balance, and these two amounts match, and this still isn't zero, something else is wrong, because those are the only way mathematically that there could be an issue. All right. Now, let's say that you figured out, oh, there was a deposit that I was missing or something I was missing, and you've got it fixed and you balance out to zero. Yay, congratulations. You can go here and click finish. Now, let's say that everything didn't balance and you need to run off and you got to go somewhere. Don't worry, you can actually click save for later or close without saving. Save for later will let you come back in and finish your reconciliation. Maybe you only got partway through it. If you click close without saving, it'll wipe out everything you've done. Okay. So if you want to leave, you can click save for later. You'll go back in here. You'll go about your business. You'll add your sales or you have to do something else. Maybe you need to process payroll. And then you're going to come back in here when you're ready to reconcile it. And you click resume that specific account. So if it's not saying resume, make sure you're on the right account. And then you're like, okay, yep, ready. I got to fix something. I had to go do some research. Now I can click finish. I'm good to go. When you click finish, you'll see this pop up. It says you reconciled this account. Yay, that's amazing. That means no mistakes are in your QuickBooks for that period of time, as long as we checked everything. To see the report of this reconciliation, click view reconciliation report. Otherwise, you can click done. So this is up to you. If you're the kind of person who wants to be able to print your report, click on that and you get some options, right? So over here, you have your statement date. Any statement you ever done will show up there. You can hit hide additional information if you want, or you can leave that. This is going to give you a summary at the top. Where is your statement at? How much were the checks? So this is that summary that I was talking about. Ending balance. And then this is what was uncleared or things that you have going on in the future, because we had to go back and we're doing an older reconciliation. And then it has what transactions are waiting to be cleared. If you don't want to see all that, you can click hide. And then it just keeps more, it summarizes it. You can print it. You can actually click summary here and you can click history by account. So you can go and print it, choose your printer, and there you go. Your reconciliation is now complete. If you have more than 1 month to do, you would just go to the next one. I will show you that real quick, because guess what? Once you've reconciled, you just go to the next one. So we come back over here, click on our reconciliation. So when you go here, there's two screens. So this is your chart of account. This is your reconciliation at the top. See that? Now this $4,615.76 became our beginning balance. And now we can add our new ending and our new date. And it shows that we reconciled in the past here under last ending statement date. And now you have reconciled your QuickBooks. If there's anything I missed, something came up, let me know. If you find that you do have a beginning balance issue and you need to learn how to do discrepancy corrections, let me know that as well. And I look forward to seeing you inside our next tip and trick. If you want to get them straight to your inbox, you can go up above or down below. We send them every single week, so if you don't want to miss them. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. If while I was doing this training, you went, I really need some support with learning the how-tos, like how to enter in my transactions correctly, I recommend checking out Confidence with QuickBooks. That's my program that teaches you from A to Z, not just how to set it up, how to reconcile, but also how to start reading your reports so you can make business decisions. Or if you go, I actually had some really old stuff. I know the how-tos, but I really need help with cleaning up. Check out my Cleaning Up QuickBooks workshop. Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you inside our next tip and trick. Have a great day. Bye.